What's up YouTube, it's JMin09, so I'm coming up today with a updated April 2014 deck profile of Mermails, because this is probably what I'll be playing until Primal Origins, when I start playing Evols and Sylvans more. I don't have all the synchros for Sylvans, so I decided I'll continue to play Mermails until they come out with the new ones. Because I like Mermails, I also like Fire Fist. I'll be doing an updated Fire Fist deck profile as well, because those are the two decks that I will never stop playing until they are literally killed off and basically there's no point in playing them anymore. But alright, let's jump right into it and do the main deck. It's a 40 card main deck, and it's almost similar, it's very similar to the build I ran that I taught my locals, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. But it works really well. I like it. I'll explain why I put in some of the cards I did and why I run the build I run when everybody else is running the other build. Basically cut this guy out everywhere. But I run one lead because he's the boss monster of the deck. He's 2700, you know, there's not much that can get over a 2700 beater. He runs over Stardust so that because you can't destroy Stardust. He runs over just about everything. Anything and everything, and he's just a really good card. When you don't ever use his effect. His effect's not really that great when you special summon him, but his one that negs a card from their hand, if you're playing Fire Fist, you can get this card on the field, get another Mermail on the field, and just neg their Wolf Bark, whatever, or their one of Wolf Bark out of their hand, then this card basically just, you know, paid for itself. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I run lead. It's just because it's a beater and most things just can't get over it. I still run triple Megalo, because Megalo with the 2400 and the Searching of the Sphere, which you still have 3 Spheres, so it's good. If you didn't have 3 Sphere, you probably wouldn't run 3 Megalo. You could also run that Equip spell card that I got. I still think about that stupid card where it basically killed me, and Fire Fist, because they play Tinky. This card has the Equip spell to it, and basically it gains an extra 800. But when you play a spell card, or when your opponent plays a spell card, it gets destroyed and it negates the spell card. So it's actually not that bad. 3 Megalo because, again, it can attack twice and OTKs. 3 Teus, because Teus is the searcher for all your 4 lower Mermail monsters, and you want to get to that Gundy so you can keep recycling the Gund, so that you always have a special summon, because you play 7 level 7s. So you have to be able to get these cards in and out of the graveyard to get to spam out those rank 7s, because the rank 7s are what actually make this deck viable and win. So yeah, that's the 7s of the deck. And then obviously, since it's still at 3, you play 3 Lind, because any card that special summons from the deck when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard will always be a good card, unless you run into a D Prison and then you're sad. But you always play 3 Lind until it goes down. I still play 3 Pike, because Pike searches level 3 or lower, or level 3 water monsters, which one of the reasons why I play this is still because it gives me a really good out to most other cards, and I just have lots of out with Pike, and Pike will always be one of the cards that I run. I still only run 1 Turge, because Turge recycles, and recycling is always good. Getting from the graveyard, this is actually a really good card. Thinking about taking out a Pike for another Turge, but I don't want to open up 2 Turge early game or a Turge early game. I'm going to wait and search the Turge off of a Teus, and then I can recycle the Gund. I play the 1 Aqua Spirit for 4 4s so that I can go into 101 or Dweller or anything I need to go into to stop my opponent. So I will always have that 1 Aqua Spirit. It's a really good side out card whenever you're going when you're not going first, so that you can't make the Bahamut Shark first turn and, you know, sit on that all game. The very sad and lonely 1 Gund. This card needed to be hit. I agree with the hitting of this card. I don't agree with people saying the deck is dead. The deck's not dead. I also don't agree that this was the main problem card of the deck. If you would have went this to 2, Sphere to 1, yeah, you probably would have had a lot less issues. Or even Lind to 1, but Gund, they banned Monster Reborn for a reason. That's why this card's down to 1. So it gives you any idea of why this card got hit. Monster Reborn's not around. That's why this card's down to 1. I do play the 1 Dragoons because I still have a crap load of Sea Serpents to search with with my targets. So Dragoons is always a good card because I always search this card most of the time. And Diva allows for synchro plays, and synchro plays are really good in Mermails, and going back to the roots of the Mermails and synchros is always a good thing because Diva also helps you with that OTK play, which you pull off a lot if they don't have the Veiler, even though Veiler is running around a lot this format because of Geargia and OTKs and Heretics and all that other stuff. So Veiler will be a predominant force in the format, so whenever you need to search or special summon off the Diva, you know, Veiler will be a target. But that's also why you play the 7s, so they don't want you to plus off a Teus, so they Veiler the Teus, and then you go Diva and have some fun. Then you got the Triple Marksman. I don't know why I did that in a weird little way. Triple Marksman. I need ultis. I'm not paying the $25 for ultis though. I'm a semi-budget, high-rarity player. I try to get when the deck goes down, I pick it up, and then because I know it's gonna go back up. This is exactly what happened to this deck. I bought Megalos when they were like 9, so I actually made my money off the Megalos. But 3 of these because I understand people are chaining. They chain stuff like Fiendish and so on and so forth to this card. But even if you get them to chain the card, you've wasted a card to get them to activate a card so that you don't have to run into that card later. So they have to use it then and use it if they can. So it helps get that out. I still run 3 Marksmen. I might cut this down to 2, but I really like 3 Marksmen. It helps out a lot. It helps out a hell of a lot whenever you need to blow something up off the field and they have something really big on the field and you're like, well, I can't deal with crap. So then I play the 1 Undyne and the 1 Controller. This is what I search most of the time off of Pike, because if you don't have the Controller in hand, you go Undyne, you ditch either Title, which is right there, or you ditch Dragoons to search whatever. So you're gaining a +2 off of that whole thing, or a +1. You're gaining a +1 on your hand and on board for with the Undyne, and then having a Title in the grave is always good. I like the rare titles better than secret because you can see the card a lot better, and the secret just looks ugly to me. I want to get a German one, but I'm not gonna pay how much ever. And then I run the 1 Gorse because it rounds off the, I think it's 9 7s I have in this deck, and with the limited traps, limited spells I run, Gorge is always viable. It actually hits the board a lot, and having it on the board with Fire Fist not being as prominent, you're going to put Gorge in defense and put your token in defense, and they're not going to snatch steal. Because Gund went to 2 or 1, play Double Salvage. Double Salvage works really great with Diva plays. You grab back Diva Gund, pitch the Gund for something, and you summon the Diva, and you pull whatever you need from the deck. It's awesome. It works. Yeah, there's my token awesome of the profile. It's awesome. It works. It helps a lot whenever you have that dead Megalo in hand. You draw this, and you go, well, I can get 2 targets for Megalo. So that works a lot too. Triple MST because I don't like back row, and if I can stop other things from going off, like a Fiendish Chain or whatever, I can still get my search, and MST is probably going to be a staple. 3 MSTs I believe is going to be a staple as long as 3 Fiendish and Mermails are running around, because the MSTs will stop this lovely card, Abyssphere. And Abyssphere will always be a punk of a card and probably should be hit limited, but it is same reason with I say why Tinky shouldn't be limited, because it is continuous, so it has to actually resolve to get its effect, so you can MST it and you can basically, it could not work. So, and it also has downsides where it just has downsides, but the payoff is really good. I run this, I'm not hobiting, as everybody would say. I have 2 Reckless. One of the reasons why I run Reckless is because first game I want to get out of the first game as quick as possible, go off Reckless, get my cards, push for game, and then go to game 2. And where I inside and play game 2 and game 3 without knowing that I have to only win 1. So double Reckless because I don't like 3 because I don't want to open up, I don't want to dead draw a Reckless. But having double Reckless, if you get them at the same time, it's really good. If you don't get them at the same time, you wait for your draw phase, draw 1, draw 2 more, and then you're good. And if they get rid of this card. They waste a 7 tools, so you don't, add 2 cards. That's fine. They wasted 7 tools. And then double break their skill. I don't like Veiler because I don't want more monsters and stuff like that. I don't want the Veilers, even though Veiler might be good for level 8 synchros. But I'm not going to go into level 8 synchros. I don't feel like level 8s are needed really in this deck. The main synchros I go into, I go into a lot. Probably going to cut one of them because I don't need it really. But I'll cut it once I get an Exciton Knight or Exciton Knight or whatever you want to call it. But double break their skill because things need to be break their skilled, and then also to stop a Dweller on the opponent's turn, or to stop a Yamato. I like playing, also that's another reason, I like playing this over Yamato because this stops Yamato's effects from going off because it says until the end of the turn. Veiler says until the end phase, so Yamato's effect still goes off. But that's my 40 card main deck. I like it. I like playing the 7 build and then also the Atlanteans, so I will probably stay with that for a while. And then for the extra deck, you got Gaios. This is a 14 card extra deck. The only other card I would throw in here would be Star Eater when I get it. And then also I'd probably cut one of the synchros for a I'd actually probably cut this right here for another Trite if I got it. So you have Gaios because it's a walking skill drain, and skill drain just wreaks havoc. Draco Sack because, yeah, it's a rank 7 deck. You have to have Draco Sack and a big eye. And then this guy for the moment, Master Blades, because targeting is a bitch. And then a 101 because 101 is, one of the MVPs, going to be one of the MVPs of the format. Stop the Mirror and other decks like Fire Kings, which, just got crapped on the ban list. And then anything else that goes into the graveyard to, like, go into this, kill a Girgian X and screw everybody. Bahama Shark, and then the follow-up for Bahama Shark, the Abyss Trite. I want to run 2 because sometimes you have that extra Bahama Shark thing and you really don't want to go into the other card, but when I do go into another one for Bahama Shark, I usually go into our Kappa because Kappa's once per dual effect is also good, and it's really good if you need to get something off the field because you just discard a card. It's a water monster, and if you have an Atlantean, their effects go off, and it's awesome. For 5, I only play Armides because Armides deals with Boojins, Armides deals with anything activating, deals with land, it deals with a lot of stuff. Armides is still a good card. It's better than Catastor most of the time. So then you got DeLorean. This is the card I would cut for an Exciton Knight. Yeah, it's good, don't get me wrong. It's really good with sphere plays, but you don't go into it enough to actually use it. 1 Black Rose to blow up the field if you need to get a bunch of crap off the field, like anything. It's an Exciton Knight that's just better. Because I like this card because it just blows up the field and you don't have to worry about, how many cards you have if you've negged or anything. If you have game, you can blow up the field and go for game. Gungnir, I like it because if you discard 2 or more, it's up 2, so again, you can't like activate Starlight and all that crap, but Gungnir, it's always good. And then the MVP of the extra deck, Leo. Leo is and will always be the MVP because you can only target it during my main phase 2, so you either have Dark Hole or you have a Mirror Force that I can't get rid of, or you destroy it when it comes on board. But if you try to you can't deprison it, you can't target it, you can't bottomless it because it's targeting. So yeah, Leo is a beast, and it's 3100, and getting over 3100 is not easy at all. So that's my deck profile, guys, of Mermails for April 2014. My 2 tech choices that I basically switched these out for guns out for these because I need to negate the stupid Girgias that'll be running around. I hate Girgia. I still run the lead, and then my other big rank 7s and stuff. So alright guys, so like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about my deck profile. Let me know what you think how this deck will do in the next format. What you think that might be good changes, what might not be, what might be something I need to add in here or what. So let me know, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and later.